wanted to do something different for this video, and considering my last couple of videos were about Marvel Comics, I thought I'd make one about DC for a change. So, let's talk about DC. More specifically, about one of its most famous heroes and one of the most notorious comic book characters of all time, Superman. Superman was first introduced on April 18th, 1938, and since then has seen an exponential growth in popularity. He's received multiple live-action adaptations over the years, the most notorious ones being Christopher Reeves in the big screen and Tom Welling on the hit TV series Smallville. Most recently, with the introduction of the DC Extended Universe, Henry Cavill was chosen to portray the Big Blue Boy Scout on the big screen, first in 2013's Zack Snyder directed Man of Steel, then in 2016's Batman v Superman, and lastly in 2017's Justice League. For years, fans have been pleading to Warner Brothers for a sequel to Man of Steel, and rightly so. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be a part of Warner Brothers' immediate plans. Despite characters like the Birds of Prey, Shazam, and even the Joker getting their own movies, and some of them having already released in theaters. There hasn't even been an official confirmation on whether or not a Superman sequel is ever going to be made, and Henry Cavill is supposedly no longer a part of the DC Extended Universe. Still, everyone is allowed to dream and hope that the DCEU will be set back on track sooner rather than later, especially after the success of both the Aquaman and Shazam movies. So I decided to put together a pitch for what would be my ideal Man of Steel sequel. So here we go. Firstly, I bring in Matthew Vaughn to direct the movie. He's most known for the Kingsman and Kick-Ass franchises, as well as his involvement in both X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past. I'm sure he would bring the lighter tone we need in a Superman movie, as well as make its action sequences some of the best in comic book movie history. Moving on to the cast, I bring back everyone from the first Man of Steel movie, as well as Batman v Superman, that is connected to Superman. Like Lois Lane and Ma Kent, obviously, Perry White, and Jor-El. As for the additional cast, I'd like to see Supergirl and Steel in supporting roles and Brainiac as the main antagonist. For me, Ralph Fiennes would be the perfect choice to play Brainiac opposite Cavill's Superman, as he has showed us in the past that he has what it takes to portray such a sinister villain based on his iconic portrayal of Voldemort in the Harry Potter franchise. As for Supergirl, I think Sophie Cookson would nail this role. She worked with Vaughn in the past already, having played Roxy in the Kingsman movies. For Steel, I think Chad Coleman from The Walking Dead would bring John Henry Irons to life in a brilliant way. In the comics, for those of you who don't know, Irons was a former weapons engineer turned construction worker who, after being saved by Superman from a fatal fall off a skyscraper in Metropolis, was inspired to become a hero. So he went on to build an exoskeleton armor and became the superhero known as Steel. Now, moving on to the basic story or plot of the movie, here's how I would do it. The movie would start at the Daily Planet, with Clark readjusting to his old life now that he has been brought back from the dead. Lois helps convince Perry that Clark is fit to return to his duties as a journalist. So later, Clark and Lois get ready for their dinner with Ma Kent, and after dinner, they're shown a worldwide broadcast by a being calling himself Brainiac. The alien announces that he and his army of exobots will take over the Earth unless Superman surrenders himself. Thinking it's a ploy to leave the planet defenseless, Superman denies Brainiac's demands. An invasion ensues and Superman fends off the alien army attacking Metropolis. As Clark becomes outnumbered, a new hero joins the fight in the form of Steel. Leaving Steel and the military to fight off the alien invasion, Superman travels to Brainiac's ship to surrender. There, he finds that he is not the only survivor of the destruction of Krypton, as he is met with none other than Kara Zor-El, his own cousin. After successfully managing to help Kara escape Brainiac's captivity, Clark and Kara return to Earth to help defeat the invasion. Together, the Kryptonian duo and Steel manage to defeat Brainiac and save the planet. As Lois arrives on scene to broadcast victory of Superman and his allies, Clark introduces his cousin to the world, dubbing her Supergirl. The post-credit scene would show us Lex Luthor standing in front of a display containing a suit of armor, thanking the man who provided Luthor with said technology to build it, who reveals himself to be Black Manta. In the background, we would see another character that was associated with Luthor in the past in the DCEU, Deathstroke. And this would be my ideal Man of Steel sequel, and which is one who would give us the right tone and really solidify Cavill as the possible greatest live-action rendition of Superman, as well as help develop the extended universe. So this has been it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this new sort of thing. I hope to do more content like this in the future. I really enjoyed writing this movie pitch. So do me a favor and write down in the comments what movies you would like me to write pitches for, and I'll gladly get to all of them as soon as I can. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.